Hi everyone. In this video we are going to talk about the first topic of this playlist, new playlist. Which is talking about the economics, business related things. So in this first video of this playlist we will read article that is written by one of the most influential or most prominent people in the field of finance or industry named Mr. Dalio is one of the greatest person and I am also admire his thing that he have done to the world that he had done to the world. He had done many things regarding the process of regarding the process equal process regarding the boost of economic or circulation of economics in different part of the world. So we are going to study about it as in the format of this video I will read about it like one paragraph and try to explain it in my own words to you and see how it is going. So here we go. Productive and structural reform. Why countries succeed and fail, and what should be done so failing countries succeed. It's so right, bro. Very dalio. It's in this report the driver of productivity has shown are used to create an economic health index. The index shows that 20 major countries are doing as measured by 19 economic health made up of 80 indicators and show that these portend to real GDP growth in each of these countries over the next 10 years. As you will see, the past prediction based on the process have been highly reliable. For the region, the economics health index provided both a reliable prognosis for each of these country growth rate over the next 10 years and reliable formula for success. By looking this cause effect relationship in much the same way as the doctor look at the one's genetic blood test and regime for exercise and diet, we can both see each country health prospect and know that what change can make so that these countries can become economically healthier. We are making this research available in the hope that we will facilitate the very important discussion about structural reform that we are now going on that we are now going on will help both public and policymakers to look past their ideological difference and see the economy as a machine. The same way as a doctor see bodies as a machine and look at the relationship of cholesterol and heart attack analytically rather than ideologically. So basically in that paragraph Redalio want to say that, or we can say the author want to say that it's not an English chapter. We will we will notate him like a Sir Redalio, but he is not actually British. Sir is actually used. Sir is actually used. Sir is actually used in British era. So in this first, so where we here we are, where we were, where we were, where we are. So the template. The study is present in three parts. The first part, the formula of economic success, we show how indicator of country's productivity and indebtedness would have predicted their subsequent 10-year growth rate going back 70 years and how these economic health indicator can be used to both predict and shape the long-term economic health by countries. By knowing this linkage between the indicator of productivity such as cost of educated people, the amount of bureaucracy in the government, the amount of corruption in the system, how much people working relative enjoying life, etc. With subsequent 10-year economic outcomes, policy makings, and can decide how to change this determinant after long term outcomes. The formula in the first part they are basically talking about what are the formula for economic success, that what is what's the formula that should be used by the different countries in order to boost their economic economics, boost their GDP, or we can say boost their GDP in different aspect. Except, so we show that how indicator of a country productivity and indebtedness would have predicted their subsequent 10-year growth rate 17 years. First, in the first one, we show that the indicator of country productivity and indebtedness would have predicted their subsequent 10-year growth rate going in 17 years, and how these economic health indicator can be used to both predict and shape of long-term economic health of countries. By knowing this linkage between, first we are going to indicator of productivity such as cost of educated people, the amount of bureaucracy in a country, the amount of corruption in the system, how much people taking relatives to enjoying life. The subsequent 10-year economic outcome policy makers can decide how to change this determinant to after long-term outcomes. In the second part, the economics health indicate the why countries and prognosis that they imply. We show each of the 20 countries' economic health indices by component and aggregated how these lead to the projected growth over the next 10 years. In this section, we can synthesis for each country based on the objective review of each of these indicators and their relative importance. Because our understanding has been completely systemized, there is no quality of judgment used to describing this estimate. In fact, the texts have been computer generated. In the third part, the rises and decline of economics over the last 500 years, we look how different countries shares the world economy have changed over the last 500 years and why these changes have occurred. So basically, we are going to talk about the how was the economic growth or trend in our last 500 years. In the second part, we talk about the economic health indices by country and a prognosis that they apply. The first part, the formula of economic success. What is the formula that used by the country in order to success? What determine which country prosper and which country don't? What determine country future growth rate? For investment purpose, we look at relationship between causes and effect that we hope will be useful to other in answering this question. While many people have provided opinion about why countries success and fail economically, they have not shown linkage between causes and effect. As a result, their opinion can be misleading. Often, even commonly agreed upon indicator of what is good for economy have been not properly analyzed or correlated with subsequent result. For example, everyone knows that having a more educated population is better than a less educated population. So naturally, we heard that improving education is more important than improving productivity. However, indicator of cost effectiveness of an education are lacking and correlation of factor was subsequent growth don't exist. At least to my knowledge, this is danger. For example, if policymaker simply educate people without considering the cost of payback of the education, they will waste resources and make their economic less productive, even though we will make more anxiety. To make matters worse, the view of those who influence policies typically reflect the ideological inclination. Example are correct correlated with subsequent result are needed to show that the fact speak of themselves and help people reach agreement about what should be done. That is what I believe I provide here. The economic health indicator that I will show would have predicted the subsequent 10-year real growth of the 20 countries shown over the last 70 years. Within 22% realized growth, over 85%. Within 1%, two-thirds of the time. Within average miss of less than 1%. While I believe that the body of evidence I will show you complaining, I certainly don't claim to have all the answer. Expect people to blindly follow what is presented here or what poking at it. On a contrary, I am putting these cause effect relationship on the table to help faster to the debate the bring about progress. I hope that people in divergent views will explore and debate how the economics machine work by looking at the both logic and evidence presented here. Then she what pro protect for the future, and then explore what can be done to make the future better. Having said that, we are confident enough to these estimate to bet on their accuracy, what we will do in our which we do in our investment. So where different aspect has been written about the how countries should should can be used. Basically, it's introductory part. It's not much about how which country is going to be economic successful in future or not. The determinant of economic health are timeless and universal. As a human bodies, I believe the economics of different countries have worked essentially the same ways as far back as you see that the most important cause-effect relationship are timeless and universal. I review this cause-effect relationship and look at many countries in different time frame to show how they work. I will lay these out in the consideration. I don't believe that it's good enough to just show the correlation change in this factor and there are. I believe that it is to be so clear the fundamental cause-effect relation that it seems obvious that they will be. So otherwise you can't be confident that relationships is timeless and that you are not missing something. I will first present the concept that take you indicator. What are the keys to success? I will start with top down perspective. As with health, many factors reflected in many statistics produce good and bad outcome. You can approach them by looking down in the forest or building up from the trees. In with all pieces and work ourselves up to the big picture. I choose to approach this from the town down as that perspective that I am from more comfortable with. I prefer to simplify and then flash the picture. Receiving information presented this way will require you to patient and sweeping generalization. I make till I get down to a particular them up, which will show both the norms and expectation. Productivity influence on growth and inter with depth influences. With my objective is to look at the productivity in this action. In doing so, I want to tie that into looking at the driver of a growth over the next 10 years, which will affect my depth as well as productivity in the word productivity influence. Which productivity growth is ultimately what matters is long term prosperity and affect the depth cycle cancel over the swing around the productivity long term responsible. The big picture is nothing. I don't. Will countries operate efficiency in depthness? We have covered only 13 minutes in this video. We covered over 17 paper. While countries with operate efficiently will grow at faster pace than countries that operate inefficiently. The countries will grow faster as they have big inefficiencies that are disposed of. As an example, in 1970, China had built a delicate labor force that could for a work for cheap but faced a closed door policy. Opening the door unleashed China great potential. Looking forward, while the United States is really efficient, it would not grow as fast as Russia, which is completely price educated people with low debt. If Russia could significantly reduce barriers to productivity like corruption, lack of development in the capital market, lack of investment, lack of innovation, bad work attitude, lack of adequate private property law, etc. That is why I am most optimistic about inefficient countries that are undertaking the sort of reform that are described in this section. Culture is one of the biggest driver of the productivity. It's inno- innovate, innovative. That's what a country people value and how they operate together matter for a country competitive position. Culture influences the decision people make about factors such as saving rates, how many are they work each week. Culture can be help explain why a country can to have a right ingredient for growth but consistently unperform or vice versa. For example, if in Russia, which has a lot of untapped potential, the culture that affect lifestyle, alcoholism, the low drive to success causes it substantially underline its potential. While in Singapore, where high level income make labor relatively uncompetitive, their lifestyle and value example around working, saving, investing allow them to realize a higher percentage of their potential, while lots of element of the culture. The one I matter most are the extent to which individuals enjoy the reward and suffer the penalties of their productivity. Their self-sufficiency, how much people will sovereign. Okay, the extent of corruption, the extent of depthness. Shall we read about the depthness or cover it in next video? I think we should cover it next video. Already has been on in a minute. Okay, that's it for the video. Will you meet you in next video?